Stanley Kubrick is another one of the more celebrated directors in the filmmaking and directing business. And this is a director that a lot of people love and some people will be split on and some people just don't like most of his movies. But I find him to be one of the more fascinating directors in terms of his movies. So let's do a blind ranking of his movies. I actually do want to kind of talk about some of his movies in some YouTube videos, probably next year. We're gonna start things off with The Killing. I'm gonna put this at number 9. It's not a particularly bad movie. When you look at his filmography, I think it's well shot, it's well acted, but it's not quite the Stanley Kubrick that we would know and love just yet. Killer's Kiss, another one of his movies that I do appreciate the filmmaking style, but it's just, again, like I said with number 9, it's not one of his movies that's up to Stanley Kubrick standards just yet. So I'll put that at number 10. Full Metal Jacket. This is actually in my 100 favorite movies of all time. I know some people say the first half is better than the second half, but to me, I think the whole movie is great. I think it's a very great film and one of Vincent D'Onofrio's best performances. Also, R. Lee Ermey is great in the film. Stephen King's The Shining. This is not my number 1 favorite, but I do think this is a very solid film. Spartacus is long, but it's a great epic in its own sense of the imagination, and I think it really earns its stripes. Lolita, kind of weird in some aspects, but you know what? I think Lolita is pretty fascinating. Barry Lyndon, a movie that I do like, but is not one I will go back and rewatch a lot of the time. A Clockwork Orange, highly controversial, but damn, it is a fascinating movie. It doesn't always stick the landing in some areas, though. Paths of Glory, not too bad. I actually dig Paths of Glory. It's actually pretty decent. Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. This is definitely one of the top tier Stanley Kubrick movies. Now, my personal favorite film is 2001: A Space Odyssey, but this is definitely second best. I do think it's such a phenomenal film. And 2001: A Space Odyssey is great.